Good day.
Curt hit the wrong button when we started, so the music started before the camera started, so then he had to restart.
So you wouldn't have known that if Jen didn't just tell you that. She likes to out me on my
But that's
mistakes.
why I wasn't dancing, because it was like, oh, we got to quickly push this and then this.
You want to start over? Here, go. They can dance.
Will you ever clap?
I'm doing things with my hands. What? Don't. Good morning. Hello. Curt and Jen in the morning. Thanks for joining us. You can like, you can follow, you can subscribe, all the things.
You can, and we'd like you to, please.
We would appreciate
so
that.
much.
As we get into this for today, you know what? We get schooled on postseason soccer. We do. You and I.
Yeah, we did get schooled.
Big time. Also, we have today the world's priciest, wait for it, cranberry sauce.
You won't even believe this.
Yes.
And then the human washing machine. You're going to tell us about this. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
We settle a common family argument about the dishwasher. I'm just going to tell you right now.
How about the new and toxic dating trend? If you're single, you're going to want to know about this.
And the celebrities you want at your Thanksgiving table.
And you, as always, you guys just killed it. You crushed it.
I mean, you came up with some goodies.
Can't wait
That's
to get
for
to that
sure.
part in today's show.
All right, Macy and I were, my youngest daughter and I were driving back from Cedro Woolley on Sunday.
Right.
I
And
forgot
this is
to
something
mention
we
this.
talked about. This is something we talked about is something you need to do for the holidays at some point. What did you see?
We're driving down the freeway, going south on I-5 from Cedro, and all of a sudden the freeway is lit up like lots of Christmas trees.
Yes. This is the at Tulalip Casino and Resort.
Yeah, it's in Marysville area, like
Right.
in between Marysville and what?
Well, Everett, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, Tulalip Lights and Ice, you found out how many lights are involved with this, and it's a bunch.
It's just so pretty, first and foremost. And don't crash when you're looking, because it's hard not to look.
Right. Both
and all
ways
the
of
amazing
I-5.
lights.
North and
both ways,
southbound, you can see it. Absolutely.
Over 7.8 million lights. They're going to, it's a lot of lights.
It is a lot of lights.
And it takes a lot of time. I've appreciated it so much because I can barely put lights on my Christmas tree.
Well, if you had 7.8 million helpers.
They don't have 7.8 million helpers. They have 7.8 million lights. The lights are on display throughout Quilceda Village through January 12th. There's an ice rink there. There's vendors with gifts and food, and it's just an overall fun thing. And guests are welcome.
Some landmarks that'd be up there by the Walmart. I think there's a Home Depot there, and there's a Cabela's.
Yeah, Cabela's
is all up in that. That's all part of the old village, Quilceda Village. So
like this, you can even bring well-behaved dogs. Would you consider Bella well-behaved?
No. Poor Bella.
They have to be on a leash, but they're welcome to roam around. And you know what? It's free. They do this for free. The ice skating and the food and the gifts aren't free, but just walking around to enjoy the lights, absolutely free.
Super cool. All right. So on occasion, and we are quick to admit this, we will start talking about stuff that we have no knowledge of. We have no problem saying we're going into it and say, well, we don't know anything about this, but here's some information.
In case somebody else knows. Well, we think it's important to know.
Right.
We just don't know a lot about it. And we want to pass it on.
We'll even say, we know that you're groaning in your car right now going, oh, it's so easy, you guys. This is what the word lexicon means or whatever.
Right. And we got a text last night from our friend and loyal listener, Glenn.
Who's also a soccer
fan.
and Sounders. We're going to say expert. You have to have experts on your show.
And he's played I think all his life. He still plays. His life revolves around soccer.
Mm-hmm. So Glenn, and we mentioned this yesterday, the reason maybe that I didn't go to the Friendsgiving on Friday was Glenn was there, and we knew we had screwed up, okay? We were like, we forgot to
mention
talk about
one of the biggest games, matches.
The Sounders matches. Yes, the Sounders are in the semis there. So this came from Glenn yesterday via text.
To me and
starts
Curt.
with, hello, my sweet truth talkers.
Right there, I was
buttering
laughing.
us up. All right. I appreciate you doing the important work of including soccer in your lexicon. With a short week, I'm not sure when you will highlight sports, so I want to preemptively set you up for success.
Like many other American sports, the MLS has a Western and Eastern Conference. The winner of each conference will meet in the final called the MLS Cup. Mm-hmm. The Sounders are playing at 7 p.m. on Saturday, so this coming Saturday, in the Western Conference Finals against the LA Galaxy in LA.
Now, the two LA teams you just mentioned, the Galaxy and also LAFC, We're seated first and second in the West. So the neat thing apparently about this, I shouldn't say apparently, the neat thing about this is the Western Conference Final. The neat thing about that is because of the regular season records, the winner will hold the MLS Cup on December 7th. So if the Sounders win, the final will be here in Seattle.
And he said, oh, and happy Thanksgiving.
We appreciate that.
Happy Thanksgiving, Glenn. Thank you so much for the information. We sounded so smart right there.
Yeah. We will take whatever assistance we can get in trying to sound smarter. We need it. So
okay, and I wanted to mention this. I'm pushing a button.
Okay.
My friend Maya texted me last night as well, and she was telling me that she and her husband Eric are like actively looking for new places to go out and have fun, just discover new places in the Pacific Northwest.
Sure.
And then she had a link. She's like, have you been to this place before? And I pushed on the link and I'm like, what? What is this? It's called Crave 80s Arcade Bar. It's in Marysville and it looks so freaking fun.
So what I understand
no, I haven't been there, but that's not going to last long because I'm going.
Because they have 80s karaoke.
Well, they have on Friday nights they have 80s karaoke.
Okay.
They have D&D night, which is not Dungeons and Dragons. They crossed out the dungeons part and put drinking and dragons.
Okay. So there may be actual dragons there. You never know.
And then there's all these 80s arcade games, lots of pinball machines. Like, it looks so freaking fun. And they're open on Thanksgiving night. So if you're done with your family and need some place to go, they're open. You
know what? We have to see if it looks like, I don't know if you remember in Back to the Future Part 2, he goes to an 80s themed, throwback bar, restaurant, whatever it is. So remember they had like the shoot 'em up game and the kids were like, that's a game for babies.
Oh, I
you
forgot
use your
that
hands.
theme.
So maybe it looks just like that. Again, what was it called?
Crave 80s Arcade Bar in Marysville.
And another free plug on the Curt and Jen podcast.
Right. Well, we just want to pass along these fun
money
things.
From these things. Yes, go enjoy that. That sounds like a blast. We mentioned this. Cranberry sauce. Not everybody agrees on its goodness, tastiness.
Do you like it?
Oh, yeah, very much. Well, especially the fresh stuff, not necessarily the stuff in the can. But
I wonder if you'll like this, and I hope our friend Kevin from Lance Cellars is listening because he's a really good cook and he knows wine.
So he needs to get
this
some
is
of
important.
And by the way, a little aside, just really quickly, when we started talking about how a Thanksgiving meal for 10 is supposed to cost $58 this year, and we were both like, I don't think so. Well, Dana, my wife's like, I'm going to go and I'm going to price out everything at the grocery store and I'm going to find out.
I'll give her the list. I'll give her the Kroger list. I have the press release. I'll send it to her and it lists what you can get.
Well, maybe if everything is on sale for the lowest
But it
price.
is.
All
That's
right.
the thing.
Okay.
That right now it is.
So you can either spend a whopping $58 on your Thanksgiving meal this year, or you could blow your full holiday budget on some cranberry sauce.
Get this. This cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving costs $200 per spoonful.
If you want to get it, you got to go to New York City. It's a place called Old Homestead Steakhouse. This cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving, $200 a spoonful. Now, this is an expensive place. Or I guess it's moderately expensive. So Thanksgiving dinner at Old Homestead Steakhouse is $85 with turkey and all the fixings. If you want to get, you want to add your filet mignon, you're at $105. So that's a little on the pricey side. However,
this is why it's so expensive. I'm going to tell you why.
Go.
Well, you need to scroll up a little bit on your screen so because I don't remember the recipe by heart.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So there's fresh cranberries, of course.
In this cranberry sauce, fresh cranberries.
Yes. It's infused with port wine that cost $4,400 a bottle. $4,400 a bottle.
Oh, that's not all. Also, the white truffles that they put in there cost $1,500 a pound. And
a special honey that's imported from New Zealand, and it's decorated with an edible gold leaf.
There you go.
And they only serve it on Thanksgiving Day.
$200, a spoonful. Not because,
The owners of the restaurant said they started with their mom's cranberry recipe and then fancied it up.
Oh, fancied.
I only was saying that I hope Kevin's listening because he's a really good cook. He's a winemaker, so he could probably find some really yummy wine of his own and add it and make something similar.
For not $200.
Not $200 a spoonful.
Yeah, I can't see that.
I would never.
I didn't want to try it.
I want to try it.
If Kevin makes some, then yes.
Okay.
All right.
So I've been spending a lot of time trying to figure out what's next for my career. Mm-hmm. Well, I think I found it, Curt. Get ready for this.
This is your career choice. Okay.
CableTV.com is looking for a chief of cheer.
One more time. A chief of cheer. CableTV.com is having a contest. We want to find a chief of cheer. Now, I know you're all saying that's Super Jen. It's
I
Jen.
think that I could do that.
I know that you could do that. Does it say what the requirements are?
Well, it's actually a contest.
Okay.
And you have to apply by November 29th.
Mm-hmm.
And then the job, if you get it and choose to accept it,
right,
is to watch 25 holiday Christmas movies in 25 days and review them.
Right.
Okay.
It's a temp job.
I can do that. I love the holidays. I love watching movies. I can write.
Absolutely, you can do all those things. And so for your efforts, what will you get paid for this?
$2,500.
Not bad.
That's like $100 a movie.
Free cable for a year is included from cabletv.com.
Yeah, maybe you guys should go and like apply, but just in your description of why you should get the job, say that Jen should get the job.
By the way,
solicit for me. Put your name in and say, I'm not applying for me. I'm just here to say that Jen should get this job.
What if they think that they could be the chief of cheer and they want the $2,500?
I mean, that's fine. Then you can. We'll be up against each other.
I wonder how that's going to happen. Hey, there's this girl in Seattle named Jen. She applied. Pick her.
That's what I want.
I'm no good. Good luck with that in your career.
Thank you.
All right. Nice. Let's hear about the human washing machine that I'm supposed to talk about, right?
Yeah, because I thought this was real interesting.
I do like it. And I want you all to think back to the first Austin Powers movie where Austin comes out of his, he's been asleep and frozen for, 30 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And they put him on a conveyor belt and he goes and does the entire, washing process, drying process. It's like a car wash. So this thing, this human washing machine is a luxury bathware in Japan is working on this to replace bathtubs. And what this human washing machine does is it blasts you clean. Already, I don't like that.
Is it power washing you
It blasts you clean with tiny bubbles. It apparently looks like the cockpit of a fighter jet. And it fills up with water, so it's like an enclosed tub.
Okay.
All right? And I guess they haven't released a lot of details because it's super secret stuff.
That's a little scary, though. That's claustrophobic.
So it apparently uses microscopic bubbles to blast the filth off of you.
So it is power washing your body.
Right. Meanwhile, AI tracks your vitals to make sure you're comfortable and that the water temperature is just right. Hopefully the pressure
Does
as well.
Does it know if you want warmer? Will it just automatically know, this AI?
I would hope so, if it's going to be the washing machine of the future. It also dries you off. The whole process takes 15 minutes, which actually you can shower in about, I don't know about you. I can shower in 5. Easy. So it is faster than a nice soothing bath as well, but it would be quicker, of course, to take a shower. It says that right here. And they're unveiling the prototype at a conference in April. Eventually, there will be plans to sell them with no word on how much it might cost.
I'm sure they're going to cost a lot of U.S. dollars.
Blast you with microscopic bubbles. Maybe it feels like a massage.
I mean, it's got to feel nice if they're calling it a bath.
Well, they need to change the phrasing then, because if somebody's going to blast me with microscopic bubbles, I'm like, I don't want to do that.
I would do that, though, would you? I would try it.
I'm going to try it, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like it. All right, there's a new dating trend called... Well, that's a huge red flag, and I was reading about it. I'm like, this is really crappy.
Dating trend. This is not such a good one.
It's a toxic dating trend.
Right.
It's called sledging.
Sledging.
And Gen Z should look out for signs that they're being sledged.
All right.
So sledging is a popular practice that prompts 25-somethings to stay in a dead-end relationship or drag someone along as if they were on a sled.
Hence sledging.
Through the holidays.
Now, let me just jump in here and say, I don't know that this is something for just 20-somethings. I mean,
well, for sure, I think so. But they're saying that mostly it's a younger generation thing.
Has there been anybody in this room that's been in relationships longer than they should have been? 2 hands are up. However, and some of these, the reasons we're going to give you, the rationale is not, also, I mean, it's like some of it's kind of logical. So, did you do this part here? Unbeknownst to the unsuspecting sweeties, the seemingly happy sledger is secretly planning to dump them within seconds of the ball drop come New Year's Day. Boom.
Yeah, obviously this is a toxic red flag because it plays with people's emotions and fosters short-term satisfaction.
Right.
So sledgers are obviously in it all for themselves. And here are some top reasons why.
Okay, they want to have, here's the obvious one. They want to have someone to split the sheets with for the holidays. That's about 60% say that. Half of people say, well, yeah, I just want to have someone to cuddle with when it's cold.
Well, that leads to some other action too, which you mentioned
the 60%?
first. Yes.
All right.
They want to avoid feeling lonely in this magical time of year. Mm-hmm. And of course, they want to avoid those pesky questions from the nosy family members. They're like, why are you still single?
Let me tell you, if you've ever watched the, on occasion we watch the Hallmark Channel, and it
Weird.
seems to be a common theme of those movies is, hey, let's just pretend that we're in the relationship, just, or they were in a relationship, but they broke up, but didn't tell the family, so...
Oh,
I just blew it for all those Hallmark movies.
Yes,
Sorry.
you did. And and people want to have someone to bring to those Christmas and New Year's parties. So that's why those are the reasons as to why people stay together.
But this is lousy.
And are sledging.
The researchers determined that 75% of the sledgers make the decision to break up with their honey in November, but they still stay in the relationship.
But get this, 25% plan on calling it quits after Christmas as early as August. So they decide in August, okay, I'm going to let this, I'm going to sledge through this through the holidays, and then I'll break up with them. So I won't be lonely during the magical time of year.
Don't do that, sledgers. Don't.
Dirty sledgers.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. I guess it's good to know.
It is good to,
it's important
to
to
be aware
okay,
of that.
All right.
That's all.
All right.
And plus I liked sledging as the
you like to say the
name
word
of
sledge?
the toxic dating trend.
We settle a household argument for you right now. This is a common argument. It doesn't usually draw blood or anything like that, but the best way to load a dishwasher.
I learned things from this. I practice things that I shouldn't be practicing, so I need to unpractice them.
Let's get this information from Jessica Eck, who works at the American Cleaning Institute, saying that there's not one right way to load a dishwasher. Here are some best practices.
There's just best practices.
Okay, you go.
Plates.
This is yours.
Load them in the bottom rack between the tines so they aren't touching, facing them toward the center where the sprayer is for best results. Bowls, they can go on the top or bottom rack. Just make sure they're angled enough. Pots and pans. You can put pots and pans in the dishwasher.
I'm just laughing at you looking at me like this, like, okay. I am learning stuff here, by the way.
You can I don't put pots and pans in the dishwasher, but you can.
Well, it takes up too much room.
You need to put them on the bottom.
All right. I'll jump in with glasses and mugs, right? Always load glassware and mugs in the top rack. I think people know that. Place glasses face down between the tines, not over them, because that'll put pressure on the glass, more stress on the glass, which can cause it to break. I did not know that.
I did not know that either. Plastic needs to go on the top shelf where the water pressure and temperature are lower. Mm-hmm. Silverware. So here's one. Right?
Particularly knives.
There is no one right way to load the utensils. She says that.
Do you load them handles up or handles down?
Handles down will get them cleaner because they're exposing the dirty parts to more water.
Right. But
if children are helping you, you want to point the sharp objects down. For spoons, handles go down. Make sure they aren't nestled up against one another. Otherwise they won't get
If
clean.
they're spooning, if the spoons are spooning, they're not going to
get clean. They're dirty spoons.
A few more things. Don't overload the machine. If you have things that are overlapping, if there's not a lot of space between them, it's better to save them for the next load, which leads to...
This is where my mind was blown. Dishwashers use far less water than people think. An Energy Star machine uses about 3 gallons per load, and she says that's roughly equivalent to the running the faucet for about a minute and a half.
Right.
So you're better off saving the dishes to put in the dishwasher because it will conserve more water than washing the dishes. Just wait for the next load.
And the thing is, so if you like, well, this isn't a very full dishwasher, you're still going to be saving water over.
Her rule is the 8-dish rule in determining whether to wash the dishes or not. If it's less than 8 dishes, go ahead and wash them. If it's not, wait for the next load.
Wash by hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 8-dish rule. A few more things. Not everything can go in a dishwasher, like cast iron, good knives, or wood.
Curt,
wood
both
spoons.
of us were guilty of this. I put my wood spoons in the dishwasher.
I didn't give it a second thought.
You're not supposed to because it's bad. It's bad for them.
Empty the bottom rack first so the water and the items in the top rack don't drip down. That's just logical, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't forget to clean your dishwasher.
You have to wash your washer sometimes.
Yeah, there's these little tablets that you can get, and you're supposed to clean the filter pretty regularly and wipe down the sprayer arm and the gaskets. I don't do that.
Everything you wanted to know about loading the dishwasher?
I just thought it was interesting little tidbits that people should know.
And we settled the argument. You're welcome. Just before we get into some more Thanksgiving things, I found this little tidbit because we talked the other day about calories and stuff like that. It turns out that a quarter of Americans, so I would say a quarter of us, right, are still carrying weight that they gained during last year's holiday season. Research found this out.
I am.
24% are still carrying pounds from the end of 2023, which is on average almost 10 pounds. Okay. Also, these people are expecting to gain more weight as we approach the end of 2024. Respondents think they'll gain an average of 6 additional pounds before changing their calendars to January. And here's the logic behind that, which I use sometimes as well. Half of Americans surveyed say they're less healthy than usual as the end of the year approaches, and 4 in 10 say they use the end of the year as an excuse to postpone eating healthily. Once we get through the holidays, and I'm on it for good.
Once we get through Valentine's Day, and then once we get through Easter.
The 4th of July is coming up, and I'm going to eat. So just thought you'd want to know I was probably wrong. Celebrity time.
Celebrities you want at your Thanksgiving table.
We had a story yesterday where people were giving a choice of like 20 people, 20 celebrities.
And they had to rate them who they wanted at their table.
And how they ranked.
Morgan Freeman was number 1.
Yeah, and number 5 was 84-year-old somebody else.
We don't remember.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, and a lot of them were musicians and or actors or actresses from the UK, like Helena Bonham Carter was on the list, and Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Nothing against them, but I would think that they wouldn't pop up before
the
other ones. So we asked you, what celebrity do you want at your Thanksgiving table? Here we go, Marilyn. Captain Jack Sparrow.
That would be trouble.
Does she want Johnny Depp or does she want Captain Jack Sparrow?
You know, Jackie, my roommate Jackie and I were talking about this question, and she said, and I told her what Marilyn had said, and she said, well, that would deflect from any family drama because he would be all the attention.
Absolutely. That's a 1-2 punch or a
right.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Dan Levy from... Come on, Jen.
Schitt's Creek.
Sonia said Dan Levy. Is it Levy? It's Levy.
It's Levy.
He played David on Schitt's Creek. So there you go. And Jackie.
He is hilarious.
Is that your roommate?
Yeah, my roommate Jackie. We were talking about this because we were like, we would want someone smart but funny too. And good looking. She came
Ryan
up with
Reynolds.
Smart, funny, and easy on the eyes.
Checks
yes,
all the boxes,
Jackie,
doesn't he?
that was a win.
And Corey agreed. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Our friend Ken in Portland said, who do I want? What celebrity at my Thanksgiving table? Using the word celebrity very loosely. He's like, Curt and Jen.
He said he doesn't want to risk the wrong answer, so he put both of us down. That was real nice, Ken.
Yeah.
But the real answer for him is David Letterman. That would be good.
Letterman was king as far as we were concerned in my era. So that would be good. How about Maya, who says either Joaquin Phoenix or Jon Stewart?
Jon Stewart would be political.
Super smart and funny. That would be political. That probably would be. Jen, not you. A different Jen said Heather Dubrow, who is from the Real Housewives of Orange County. That means I had to look that up.
Randy said, I think Martha Stewart and Snoop would be fun. Yes, Martha could do the cooking and Snoop would do the baking.
Were you supposed to pause there? And Snoop would do the baking.
Oh.
I don't know.
Probably. That's good, Curt.
Steve, great answer. Michelle Obama.
Yeah, Carrie said, if I'd love if the Smartless guys came over. Oh, from the podcast Smartless.
Let me just say, Smartless podcast with Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes is a wonderful podcast to listen to after
you listen to this one.
Yeah, feel free to
that's a great answer, Carrie.
They got a lot of money. I wish we had their dollars behind us.
We just need to get more listeners. That's why we need you to like, share, subscribe, and all the things. Sandra said Keanu Reeves.
Right answer. I mean, honestly, I think that of all the ones so far, I think that he'd be the coolest. For me. For our family.
Really? Why?
Because it's Keanu. He's awesome.
He is pretty awesome. He's right. John Wicks, too.
He is John Wick. You're right.
That. Sarah said, I've always wanted to have dinner / a glass of wine with Bono. Cool dude. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Jody said, I'd love to meet Dolly.
Anne went with George Clooney, and apparently Amal could be there, too.
His wife.
Yeah. And Heather said Seth Rogen.
He's funny.
He is funny. You'd have to have some blunts rolled up and set out on his plate.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Amy said Drew Barrymore. Debbie said Matt Rife.
Whoa.
What?
Let's talk about Drew Barrymore. And what you said. Do you know Amy?
Yes, I know
Drew
Amy.
Barrymore? Who?
I just thought that was a little bit of a random answer. That's all. But she was in Firestarter and E.T. and
she has her own show.
So yeah, okay.
You're a Barrymore-phobe, aren't you?
I'm not. I was just surprised by that answer. Matt Rife, which I had to look up because I didn't know the name, but I knew the face, and I'm like, oh.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
He would be funny, and he's hot, too.
Finally, Amy said she wants Leslie Jones from SNL at her Thanksgiving dinner. She said, look up the video of Leslie Jones doing a Thanksgiving dinner bit, which is hilarious.
We looked it up before
that was very funny.
Did this podcast. It was really
you've had some
quite hilarious.
What did you decide?
Well, Curt, since I wasn't as lucky as you were to go see the Eras Tour, and I want to score some points with my daughter, I'd say Taylor Swift.
Okay, that's a good one. Mine are deep and weird. So.
Like?
People that...
Just name some of them.
Tom Waits, Paul Weller from The Jam would be a good one. Jake Burns from Stiff Little Fingers. These people have stories to tell.
Okay.
Anybody from The Clash, you know. But you know what? Let me keep it realistically. Honestly, I would have to say of more, common like actors and I would like somebody to have a lot of cool stories to tell, like Dennis Hopper, that really lived through a lot of stuff and had some.
Robert De Niro, even though he's kind of mean.
Yeah, those kind of guys I think would be really cool. But it's still posted. So who would you like to have as a celebrity? Who would you like to have at your Thanksgiving dinner? Please let us know.
Don't you think that George Clooney and Brad Pitt would be good together? Because they're jokesters together.
Without
I want to hear all their stories.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
You're dead on with that. Or Ryan Reynolds and... Well, Ryan Reynolds would be a fun one, too.
Oh, with Wolverine.
Yes.
With Hugh Jackman.
That would be cool.
Both of them. Yes, please.
Here we go. We have already given you the most loved Thanksgiving foods a couple days ago.
Which was turkey, right? Was that the top of the list, turkey?
Yeah. And then it broke down from there. But
right, because mashed potatoes is usually second.
Used to be number 2, but it got beat. So now we found the most hated Thanksgiving foods, which are, since they're Thanksgiving foods, they're going to be the same ones as the ones that were loved, although some of them are equally hated. Right. Starting with turkey. 35% of people say we don't like turkey.
What?
That turkey's wonderful. So then we jump down to a third of people gave as most hated Thanksgiving foods stuffing or dressing, ham, sweet potatoes, or $200 a spoonful cranberry sauce.
Or just regular cranberry sauce.
All of the above there.
Stuffing or dressing, what's the difference between those? One of them you stuff in the turkey and the other you don't, so you call it dressing?
I think maybe they're the same word for both.
It's a synonym.
Now we're going to get the actually.
Well, good. I want to learn. Tell us.
Here's the difference between stuffing and dressing. A fourth of people don't like the green bean casserole.
I don't understand the green bean casserole thing.
You don't have to understand
People are really passionate about hating it.
I am in that 1/4 of people that don't care. It's all right, but some things just when you mush them together, they don't improve.
And how can you not like mashed potatoes?
I do love mashed potatoes. That should not be on this list. So a fourth of people said their most hated Thanksgiving foods: green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, coleslaw, or pumpkin pie. Also,
what are they going to Ivers for Thanksgiving and having coleslaw?
I don't know. And I have talked to a few people that have a texture issue with pumpkin pie. Sometimes
I don't like pumpkin pie.
You don't like the taste of it, but sometimes there's like people who don't like, say, coconut because there's a texture thing with it. So anyway, 15% of people said they can't stand carrots, mac and cheese, corn, or apple pie. Man.
Well, they're probably because they don't have it a la mode, that apple pie, or it's not warm. Because if it's warm and with ice cream, it changes everything.
Well, I don't think that was specified in the study, but
probably not, and that's why it's landing on the can't stand list.
12%. Here's the last one. 12% of people say that they can't stand all of the Thanksgiving foods we just mentioned.
Bah humbug.
Yeah, those people are Grinches.
We're moving on.
Okay, nice.
Is there a song that's playing? I don't hear it. Oh, there it is.
Why are we doing all these anti-Thanksgiving things?
No, this is the rudest thing you can do at Thanksgiving dinner. Well, we're just warning people. We just want you to be informed as you go into the holiday. So thanks for listening.
And just so you know, we realize there's a lot of Thanksgiving stuff on the show recently.
Because it is, Thanksgiving season.
Soon.
So someone asked etiquette experts to name the rudest things you can do at your Thanksgiving dinner.
And a lot of these I think are common that you wouldn't do at a regular dinner.
Using your phone. Mm-hmm. The meal's about togetherness. Put your phones down. Don't even have them at the table. There should be a little phone basket. Yeah. Put your phones in here as we eat.
Now, I know if we come to your house, now there's going to be a phone basket loaded
Except
with
for mine, because I want to take pictures, and that's the only reason.
Yeah. How
Bringing
about
uninvited guests?
That's a bad thing, even if you think there's plenty to eat. So I'm sitting here going, oh, Jen will have plenty to eat. I'll just go over. It's still rude if you do that, all right?
Well, here's the other thing is you usually have a very nice table set, and I never want anyone to feel bad. So if there was an extra person and I didn't have a place setting for them, of course I would scramble and get one, but you want it to be ready for everybody and welcoming.
This is a good time once again to mention how many people can sit at your table, your extra long Knights of the Round Table square table.
We can get 18 to 20 around the table with all the leaves in.
More rude things not to do. Criticizing the food. It took hours to make, so thank the cook even if it sucks.
Or just don't even mention it.
Remember,
if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all.
It's kind of hard, like in Christmas Vacation when they open a turkey and all the steam comes out. That'd be hard to not say something about. But short of that, short of the Christmas Vacation turkey, don't say anything, right?
Right. Salting the food before you at least taste it. It's a rule, but some people still care.
Yep. And finally, showing up late. Don't look at me. Don't be the person who makes people wait to eat by showing up late.
We'll wait for a little bit and then we'll just eat.
Okay. Finally, if you want to be a really good guest, 3 things. Arrive with a small gift for the host. Offer to help, but make sure you let them take the lead, right? You don't want to be overbearing or whatever. And keep conversations light and fun with no politics.
And look at, now you know. Now you know all the things.
It's informative and fun.
That's right.
Curt and Jen.
Informative and fun.
Here we go.
Curt and Jen's podcast question of the day. Here's your prompt that will be on Facebook.
Nothing to do with Thanksgiving this time.
Nope.
Or food or anything.
Here's why this came up. Last night, I was trying to get done with all my nighttime routine by a certain time so I could call Pat and say goodnight. And when I was in the shower, I'm like, nope, I'm just going to stay here with the water on me. I need time to think.
Leading to today's question.
Thank you.
Is a great idea by you. What is your best thinking place, or where is your best thinking place? I know there's going to be some common answers because I would agree with a shower.
And the
car.
Some
people say driving in the car.
With no music. That's my thinking. I turn off the music and I drive and I think.
I turn on EDM or techno music, something very repetitive with a solid beat, and then I'm in the zone. That's what I use if I'm on long drives.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would agree that the shower and the car.
Yeah, but
maybe we should say, okay, besides the shower and the car, where's your best thinking place?
I just think a lot of people, that's maybe their own. Okay, up to you. We said the shower and the car. You can either agree with that or not. But if you have another, how many thinking places are there really? Because one we haven't
some people have special places. If it's not those 2 places, and I really need to have some time, I'll go to the Edmonds Marina Beach.
Oh, that also, so not the room in your house necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be your backyard by the fire pit or whatever.
It could be a certain road that you drive along, or it could be
Everybody.
anything.
Okay. Good point. Everybody's got their place. We wouldn't know. Where is your best thinking place? Tell us about it on all these different platforms. We can't wait to hear.
Happy Thanksgiving
Eve.
2 Eves. Yeah. 2 more days.
It'll be here soon. So thanks again. And one more time, a reminder, if you get the time, we would love it if you could, like us.
Push that button.
Like.
Yeah. Leave a comment. Leave a review.
There you go.
Subscribe. Thank you so much. Make good choices. Find joy. Spread kindness.